My name is Dianne Estes, and I'm School and Community Relations with the Lebanon School District. Welcome to our program. Over the next few weeks, we will be bringing you news and updates of events in the schools, as well as updates on the middle school building project. We will have guests on the program that will answer your questions and provide details of the building and land specifics, funding and tax implications of the new middle school, and the educational side of the new middle school. Today, I have Laura Dykstra, Chair of the Lebanon School Board, and Mary Jane Thibodeau. She's the Chair of the Finance and Facilities Committee. Today's topic is centered around the middle school project and what is being proposed and will be on the March ballot. So welcome to our program. Laura, would you bring us up to date on the plans for the middle school?
Yes, I would love to do that. We have a site plan for what has become known as Option 4. This is the district land along Route 4, 9/10 of a mile from our junior high on Bank Street. And on the diagram, the yellow color represents the school, gray is parking, and of course the green are our 3 fields, one being a multi-purpose, which will encompass at least 4 sports that way. So, on the ballot, you will find the proposal for the building and furnishing of the new school. The school is being designed to hold 600 students, which is just a little bit above our current enrollment in grades 5, 6, 7, and 8 in Lebanon schools today. The plans have continued to develop over, over the last year, and we've taken careful study every step along the way. Some of the questions that people have involve wetlands and how we're going to approach the building project. I'm very happy to say that the state wetlands permit is well underway. We have, perhaps I could say, an initial nod from the state, and it will include a piece of land being deeded to the Upper Valley Land Trust as, in essence, a swap for different areas that include wetlands and wonderful natural areas. We're really excited for this vote because the state legislature has taken a stand and voted to allow their state building aid to continue for any project in New Hampshire that is approved by voters through June 30th of 2010. Certainly that will include our voting day in March 9th. And the board is very happy to be able to tell voters the state has made a conscious decision to keep that building aid in place throughout the spring.
Great. So why do we need this middle school right now?
Wow.
That's a big one, I know.
It is. The middle school is so critical for Lebanon students right now. It's been a need that has grown and has been building throughout the years. Our junior high school on Bank Street has been around since the 1920s, has served us really well, but it's really not meeting our educational needs any longer. It's overcrowded. Every classroom is small. When I make these references, I'm referring to our New Hampshire Department of Education minimum standards for an educational facility. And we're lacking critical spaces. We're lacking special education spaces, tutoring spaces, meeting spaces, faculty spaces. The science laboratories are, 2 of them are L-shaped, which makes instruction very difficult when you have to put students around a corner, and the others are more of a standard size, but yet all of them are where students eat their lunch on lab tables. There is not adequate common area in the building, meaning a lunchroom. The hallways are really not an appropriate width. The nurse's office is kind of become one of the board's favorites. It's truly a closet that has been converted to make it as possible for a nurse's office. There is virtually no confidentiality, very little space to maneuver in the area. And we have 4 closets like that. The other 3 now hold special education teachers. And those small room closets might be the home base for 6 adults that are helping special needs students. The gymnasium is not adequate size. A lot of our mechanical systems are less than efficient by today's standards. And when you simply think about the way education has changed since the 1920s, it's a building that's very difficult to adapt for all of those reasons.
Sure. Yes, that makes sense. Now, and moving into, it just stands to reason with a newer space, you'll be able to plan better. So the rooms will be more well thought out, more efficient. And I would imagine there would be quite a great deal of efficiency as far as heating, lighting, all of those types of things. Could you speak on any of that?
Absolutely. We have worked with an architectural firm for, I'm sure it's coming on 3 years now, and those, during that time, I should say, the staff has been consulted with. We've looked at those state minimum standards. We've looked at the sizes needed in core areas for a school body of 600 students. And there's an additional incentive that the state of New Hampshire puts out for high performance buildings. This building, we have no doubt, will meet their criteria. There's a checklist of upwards of 100 items, and at different levels of efficiency, you get different levels of high performance credits and functioning in your building.
So does that mean that there's actually cost savings and additional aid based on these efficiencies?
It does. That's
Fantastic.
exactly what it means. The state offers an additional 3% building aid on your building when you meet that list
That's great.
of check marks and benchmarks for efficiency. Efficiency is in things like lighting, capturing daylight, the runoff on the land, and how the design of the land will prevent detrimental runoff. It will be insulation, low flow water fixtures. We're orienting the building on the land in a very east-west manner, which will provide natural daylight truly to every educational space. You can really do a wonderful design with efficiency when you're starting fresh.
Sure.
So we're looking forward to that.
That makes wonderful sense. Mary Jane, we don't want to leave you out of the conversation. And, what other ideas has the Finance and Facilities and the Lebanon School Board looked at as they've decided this is the way to go with the new 5-8 middle school? What would you like to tell us about that?